Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the Muslimah Study Corner, a quiet place where we reflect, learn, and grow closer to Allah through His book. Today, I'd like to invite you to think about something we often cannot see: the quiet conversations that take place within our own hearts. Not every battle we face is visible. Some of the most significant battles happen silently. A thought that suddenly fills us with fear, a doubt that wasn't there yesterday, a temptation that quietly grows stronger the longer we entertain it, or even the voice that tells us we aren't good enough, that Allah won't forgive us, that we're too far gone to change. Those whispers can feel so personal that we begin to believe they belong to us. But Allah, in His mercy, revealed an entire surah teaching us how to respond, not with fear, but by turning to Him. Surah An-Nās reminds us that no matter how strong our faith becomes, our hearts will always need Allah. Perhaps one of the most beautiful lessons in this surah is that seeking refuge is not a sign of weak faith, it's a sign of humility. Every time we say, "I seek refuge in the Lord of mankind," we're acknowledging something profound. I cannot protect my own heart without you, Allah. And maybe that's a reminder many of us need, because sometimes we rely on our own strength, our own discipline, our own plans, when all along Allah is teaching us that the safest place for the heart has always been with Him. One detail in this surah brings me so much comfort. Allah calls Shayṭān the whisperer. A whisper is only a suggestion. It isn't a command. Shayṭān cannot force us to choose disobedience. He whispers, He beautifies, He invites. But Allah has honored us with the ability to choose. That means a passing thought does not define your heart. A temptation does not define your character. A whisper does not define your future. What defines us is what we choose to do after the whisper arrives. Every whisper becomes another opportunity to remember Allah, another opportunity to seek His protection, another opportunity to choose obedience over desire. Allah ends this surah by reminding us that whispers may come from among the jinn and among mankind. That stopped me in my tracks. Because not every whisper begins inside us. Sometimes it comes through the voices we constantly listen to, the conversations we entertain, the content we consume, the people we allow to shape our thinking. Whatever repeatedly enters the heart eventually leaves its mark. Which makes me wonder, if our hearts need protection from whispers, shouldn't we also be careful about what we willingly invite into them? One thing I find so beautiful is the order of this surah. Before Allah tells us about the whisperer, He reminds us who He is, the Lord of mankind, the King of mankind, the God of mankind, almost as if Allah is reminding us, before you look at your fear, look at me. The one protecting you is infinitely greater than anything you seek protection from. That changes everything. Before we close, I'd like to share a small personal reflection. The other night, I came across a video on social media that had a very eerie, unsettling character in it. As soon as I saw it, I felt uncomfortable. Almost instinctively, I began reciting Surah Al-Falaq and Surah An-Nās. It reminded me that these two surahs are not just verses we memorize as children or recite before sleep. They are a gift from Allah, a refuge, a reminder that whenever our hearts feel unsettled, whether because of something we've seen, something we've heard, or even thoughts we can't quite explain, we know exactly where to turn. That moment made this surah feel even more personal to me. It reminded me that seeking Allah's protection isn't something we do only in moments of obvious danger. It's something we should return to every single day, because we never know what may try to influence our hearts. but we do know the one who protects them. If I had to summarize Surah An-Nās in one sentence, it would be this. A protected heart is not a heart that never faces whispers. It's a heart that knows where to run when they come. This week's reflection. I'd love for you to spend a few quiet moments reflecting on these questions. What thoughts have been occupying my heart lately? Have I been turning to Allah as quickly as I turn to my own worries? What voices am I allowing to shape my heart more than the words of Allah? Perhaps this week, every time you recite Surah An-Nās, pause for a moment afterward. Not just asking Allah to protect you from whispers, but asking Him to make your heart a place where His remembrance is stronger than any whisper that tries to enter it. May Allah protect our hearts, illuminate them with His guidance, and make us among those who always seek refuge in Him. Ameen. Jazakum Allahu khairan for reflecting with me today. Until next Monday, may Allah keep your heart firm upon His remembrance. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.